sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. All that and more coming up next.
Now from the second city of Chicago, head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
Here's Cairo Santos ready to get this one started. Off we go from Soldier Field. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by a former second-round pick out of Missouri. The quarterback is Drew Lock.
The only thing bigger than this guy's arm strength might be his personality, Mike. I mean, think back, how many times has this guy gone viral on the field over the last couple seasons? Unfortunately for him, stuff like that tends to downplay just how talented of a passer he really is. Consistency, or lack thereof, that's what's been holding him back. If he's able to put it together for 4 quarters, his team has a legitimate chance to leave here today with a win.
Second and 7. Lock out of the shotgun. That is caught. It's Robinson. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, it's Lock taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Now Lock. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now it's Tracy looking to run. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? Here's a test on 3rd down. Throw it. Lock. He's got it at the 3. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
They'll try to run this one in. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
On second down, Lock. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Mike, the term generational talent, it gets thrown around a bit too loosely these days, in my opinion, but you can make an argument if one guy coming out of the draft the last couple years was worthy of that description, it's Caleb Williams. I mean, the arm talent, the playmaking ability, the ability to play off script when things don't go perfectly. I mean, he is such an interesting prospect, special player, and I'm excited to watch him here in this one.
And he'll take this to about the 28. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run here, another run by Swift. He'll push forward for about a yard. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on 3rd down, that number just goes up.
On 4th down, here's Torrey Taylor to punt for Chicago. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Giants offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. Locked to throw on 1st and 10. This one is caught by Robinson. On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the 1st down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. That one knocked away and incomplete.
Here in the 1st half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Locke to throw. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up 3rd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Tracy. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. To throw is Locke. He's got it at about the 8, and he's in. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the 1st quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer, because right now, they don't have one.
Now, Gano for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Giants move out on top, 14-0. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go again with Swift. He's going to have a Bears 1st down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Here's 1st and 10. A run here with Swift. And he'll get forward to about the 42. Kayvon Thibodeau with the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's Swift. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's Torrey Taylor now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Giants offense ready for this next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. On the zone read, a give to Tracy. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Here's Locke. Open man is Robinson. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On 3rd down, they'll run with Tracy. That's going to keep the drive moving. He's got the 1st down, up past the 25.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
On first down is Locke. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
To say this group has started strong here in the first quarter, Mike, might be a bit of an understatement. I mean, offensively, firing on all cylinders. Defensively, suffocating the opponent. The ability to complement each other on both sides of the ball and play at such a high level, they could have a little bit more breathing room here by the end of this drive.
Off the play fake. It's Locke. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, Locke. He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
The Bears offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the option, it's Swift. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it'll be 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Completing that one to Carter. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation. On the plus side of the 50, I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
And he's going to have the Bears' 1st down. It's a gain of 12 facing 4th down.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll go play action here with Williams. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here's Williams. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to slide down with the 1st down inside the 5. It's a first down and a gain of 16.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up first and goal.
They'll run with Swift, trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3. From a little closer, here's second and goal. One more time, they try Swift. And this time, he will work his way into the end zone. DeAndre Swift, touchdown Bears. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He's got it, and the Bears are on the board. It's now 14-7. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, it is Tyrone Tracy. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. Locked to throw on 1st down. That one incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
A carry here for Tracy. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, Mike. Let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the first quarter, they've done just that.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They go play action. It's Locke. Downfield, that's Hyatt. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A big play for the Giants. 33 yards. One quarter in the books. It's the Giants leading this one early. We're back to Soldier Field after this. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Here's a run. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll run. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. They'll try to run. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, Giants. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points, but not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Gano on to add the extra point. The kick is good, and the Giants will take a 21-7 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Off play action. Here's Williams. That is into the hands of Allen downfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Swift. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Giants offense and Drew Lock getting set for their next drive. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run, and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Lock out of the shotgun. He'll get that complete right side. It's Bellinger. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on 1st down. Yeah! And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
First and 10. Now Lock. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the gun, it's Lock. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Open man, that's Slayton. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. On the ground, here's Tracy. Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal. In motion, it's Robinson. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Third and goal. Lock. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants have run out to a 24-7 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Swift. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. That's Azeez Ojulari in on the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run with Tracy. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
A 2nd down throw for Locke. That's caught left side by Bellinger. 17 yards, the gain there. That's good for a Giants first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Lock to throw on 1st and 10. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Third and 5. Here's Locke to throw. And that is incomplete.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Bears offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. On the out, connecting with Allen.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up. Williams going to keep it on the zone read. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Clearly, the play caller here is thinking that the defense is going to be completely zoned in on stopping the running back, thinking he can catch them off guard with the quarterback keep. The defense was prepared for both guys, and they now force 4th down.
Here's their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing. Lock. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. In motion, it's Robinson. They run on the jet sweep, and that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
On first down is Locke. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
Throwing on 2nd down, Locke. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
From the gun on 3rd down is Locke. That is caught. What a throw. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, New York. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Now, Gano for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Giants add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
In what's been a pretty one-sided affair from the opening whistle, it just seems like it continues to get worse. This defense, they know they have them on the edge, and they continue to rush the quarterback the way they are. I'm not sure what this offense can do come the second half.
Here's a handoff to Swift, and he'll get forward for a couple. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. 3rd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Throw across his body is complete. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. On comes the punter now, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Locke. There's that man again. Another catch.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 2nd down, Locke. This one pulled in by the tight end Bellinger. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's Locke. Connects with his big tight end, Manhertz. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Locke to throw. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen on now. And he is hoping to improve on his 1st attempt. This brought him out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this 1st half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. Give him 14 on that play. One 1st down.
It's been a rough 1st half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. He'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a 1st down.
The relationship between the back and the offensive lineman is now the key for the run after catch. You want to make sure those linemen don't get too far down the field where they can't help protect the back. So once the running back catches it, there's a go-go call. Now everyone knows it's time to go downfield. The running back falls in behind him, and that's the landmark of the screenplay.
Last play got 15. This one gains 15. And another first down.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
That's a second charge timeout to Chicago, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again, Williams. Now he'll run it. The Bears go ahead, take their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. Third down, 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
On fourth down, it's Kairos Santos on for the Bears field goal. This one from 39 yards out. Santos's kick is good. And the Bears will cut into that lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Seven seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Giants are out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. The G-Man got a strong first half from the veteran quarterback, Drew Lock. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he is stopped at the 25, and the drive will begin there. The home team's offense and DeAndre Swift set to get going again. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That's a short throw, caught by Komet. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give left side. This is Swift. And let's give it about 4 on that one. Brian Burns comes off the edge to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 6. This is an RPO, and quickly they'll hit Allen. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
On 1st down, they give it right back to Swift. What a run. He brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. Catch made there by Allen. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
To the goal line and in. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Chicago.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. On is Santos for the PAT. He's got it. And the Bears are able to edge a bit closer. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Tracy now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the zone read, a give to Tracy. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Slayton is the man in motion. Off the play fake. It's locked. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Locked. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Lock out of the shotgun. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Giants sending out their punter. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Bears offense. And their running back set to go once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Here's 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Tyler Nubin is there for the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Williams now to throw. He's got his big target, Everett. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
He's got his man. Allen with the connection.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the 1st down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. To the left side, he's got Komet. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. One of the Giants has it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, but it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Giants offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. First and 10. Williams to the air once more. He finds his big tight end, Everett. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Off play action. Here's Williams. Now he'll run. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Give up the middle with Swift. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. They'll go play action here with Williams. This is intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants are going to get it back here just past the 35.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The visitors' offense and receiver Darius Slayton get to go to work again. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off first and 10. Locke working out of the pistol. He has Hyatt complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
A carry here for Tracy. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
A short one there to Bellinger.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They face second down and 7. In motion, it's Robinson. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
From the gun, it's Locke. Open man, left side, he's got it. What a pickup, a gain of 18, and it sets up first and goal.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
From 6 yards out, it's first and goal. Here's a run. Down to the 4, it'll be second and goal. They'll go with him again. And he'll get 3 yards here, down to the 2-yard line.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up fourth and goal.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Giants will extend their third quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And it's been a struggle all afternoon. The defense done a great job taking him away from his game, taking his weapons away, and he is yet to find anything to lean on in this one. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll put Everett in motion here. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. On 2nd down, it's Williams. This pass caught right side. It's Allen.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On third down, it's Williams. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Brian Burns comes off the edge to make the play. Here's 2nd and 6. Here comes Swift. They toss it right. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. Andrew Phillips in on the tackle. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Williams. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Williams going to look to throw it on first down. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
That's the veteran, Mercedes Lewis. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
That's going to be caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, clearly shy of the line to gain. And that is going to be a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. On play action, lock. Open man, that's Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. To throw is Locke. Got his man at the 6. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
Now it is 1st and goal. Now it's Tracy looking to run. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. On the ground, here's Tracy. And this time, he's in. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Gano on to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Open man, that's Rome Odunze. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Williams to throw on second down. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. He'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. He is in. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Bears. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. Touchdown here in the fourth quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the fourth quarter.
To throw it again, it's Williams. That's hauled in at the 2. And he will not get to the goal line, so no tacking on 2 points. Still a 3-score game, as the difference is 18. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run with Tracy. And that'll be a pickup of 3. On the give, it's Tracy. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on 1st down. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be near the 1st down marker Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. We'll try to pick this one up on the ground. And he will have a Giants 1st down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Right back to him on 1st down. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Looks like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down. John Runyon, the guilty party. Back to the ground after the penalty. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. Lock out of the shotgun. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And that is no good. He missed it. And they are not able to add on to their big lead.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. There's that man again, another catch. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And that ball incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
He'll try to run for it. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Over the middle, that's Komet. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big...
This one intercepted. Picked off by Cordell Flott. Big return at the end. He's going to get out of bounds close to midfield.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception, but boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point, and now they'll try to finish up strong. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. To the 20. And he's into the end zone yet again. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, Giants. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Now, Gano for the extra point. He's got it. And the Giants tack on one more to their lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bears offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. And that is hauled in on the right sideline. Right inside the chalk. A heck of a catch. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another 1st down. Here's Williams. They go right back to Allen. He's got it again.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw, it's Williams. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be brought down. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. Williams to the air once more. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Rome Odunze, touchdown Chicago.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, just buying a little extra time, waiting for his man to uncover on the back of the end zone, and then it just becomes, let's rip it and throw that ball in that window, because it might not stay open for long, but he puts it right where it needs to be. Touchdown.
Santos for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bears are able to cut into the deficit. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Giants offense and Drew Lock getting set for their next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A carry here for Tracy. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with him again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he will have a Giants 1st down. Won't be by much. He needed 3. He got 3. But the mark says 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
So a road win here for the Giants. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.